Okay, so here we are once again. By now you'll know that the pond didn't hold water. We filled this thing up 5-6 times, and each time it lasted a little bit longer, but it never held. As you can see, it's 100% dry. So we looked around, and Woon found this company in Chiang Mai, about 3.5-4 hours from here, that suggested this stuff here. And it's called Semectite, whatever it is. And then there's this powder. Now, according to the company, if you take 5 20-kilo bags and 2 of those little bags, it's enough for 1 rai. 1 rai is what, 444 square meters?
1,600.
Oh, 1,600 square meters. 1,600 square meters. This pond is about 323, let's just say 400 square meters. So it's lacking 1,200 square meters for what this stuff is supposed to cover.
Open it off.
Yeah, open it off. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna mix this stuff up, and we're gonna put it in here, and we're gonna fill this thing up. And according to that guy, in the best of Thai tradition, he guarantees that it will get it. Time will tell. Yeah. But according to the instructions, you can use it in a new pond, an old pond, whatever. So you put the stuff down, and then if you have loose dirt, you just rake it in. All right, so let's mix this thing up and go from there. Then what we'll do after we get done with all that stuff, I'm gonna leave the pump on overnight and see what it does.
Okay. We're gonna do 50-50 first.
Yeah.
1 bag of this Semectite, 20 kilo. How much you pay for it? 250.
For what?
This bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, 250.
All I know is
The total
it's about 2,000.
1,250.
And then transportation,
Yeah, almost 2,000.
almost 2,000.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll put 3. What?
The half should be 2.5 because we have 5 bags.
No, we're gonna mix it all. Well, actually, we should probably do. Yeah, you're right.
Half.
Yeah, because it'll be too much. Okay.
And 1 bag of that stuff.
And as tempting as it is, don't use this in your coffee. It looks like sugar.
How it smell? Oh, it look like
There's a whole bunch of crystals. So it's either
like a salt.
it's either salt, sugar, or some kind of chemical. But if it's sugar and if it's salt, it won't kill you. But if it's some kind of chemical and you taste it, you won't do so hot. Yeah, so we're not gonna taste it.
The shrimp and the fish gonna taste it. Here, we buy from this company. Them said, ชโลมเกษตรปลอดสารพิษ Thai Green Ago. Is this the what you call the one that organic?
Yeah.
They said organic.
So that means it's expensive and it won't work. Yeah. problem is, I know it sounds kind of bad, but the problem is that, you know, people tell you this, people tell you that, and you try it and it doesn't work and it's expensive. But the most popular answer here in Thailand is put plastic down. And I can understand why, because it's cheaper to put plastic knowing that it will hold the water, but it defeats the purpose of having a pond. Because a pond, you got to have the dirt so that the water basically breathes, the pond breathes, you know. The water goes down.
And have bio
Yeah, you can create a,
biochemical
yeah, you can create,
crab meat.
you can create this environment where it will do what it's gonna do. But if you put plastic, it won't.
That guy. He want to show on the YouTube.
Who? Yeah, take a picture of him. Yeah. Say,
He said,
"Sawadee krap."
สวัสดีครับ
You know, if we had access to bentonite, we would use bentonite because I've used bentonite before and I know it works.
We can order.
Yeah, but
This guy
the
said-
transportation is prohibitive because, you know, bentonite is available in quantities down in Isan or Bangkok, you know, way down south. So to bring a truck that costs you very little, because bentonite is about 8 or 9 baht per kilo, which is cheap. If you buy it through one of the internet shopping stores, it's about 50 baht, and that's not counting shipping. So if you go down south and you bring a truckload, it'll cost you over $1,000 to bring that truck all the way down here because it's like 1,200 kilometers. So, you know, the cost is not there. Well, the
Okay.
cost is there, but the thing about using it is not feasible.
Okay.
So we'll try this, and you know, all I can say is let's hope for the best, and we'll see. Okay. Okay, so Woon took a bucket. Now she's gonna start spreading this stuff, and she's gonna try to get everything done once and then go back to whatever's missing, you know, empty spots. And then of course you can also tell how much you have, whether you've used too much or too little, and just keep going over and over until it's gone. I would say so, because there's a lot of big crevices there, you know. But up on top, on that little ledge, I think it'll be okay. That dirt's packed in, I think it'll be okay. If not, well, you know, we'll find out.
I think the most part is on the place that they already.
Well, I think the bottom is the biggest problem, but I think you should get the sides too. Well, for as much as this pond was leaking, let me tell you, we're gonna need a big chemical reaction to turn a lot of dirt into clay, because in a matter of well, let's just say in a matter of 24 hours it was gone.
ใส่โรยอะไรอะโรยอย่างปูเนี่ยนะ
โอ้ยอย่างปูเนี่ย มันจะอันนี้นะ
ชาบเลยครับเองนะ
ฮะ
จะซูมไปเองนะ
มันจะขยายตัวแล้วก็เปลี่ยนชิ้นเนี่ยให้เป็นดินเหนียว
Go all the way around there in that cubby hole.
เข้ามาก็ They want to know what you're doing.
Oh. Well, when we find out what we're doing, we'll tell them.
Maybe we save a little bit and let's see when it happens. put the water in?
You can't find it. Unless there's a big hole, you can't find it just kind of, filters on through the ground. You can't see it where it's running.
No, I mean, I want to see how it's transformed to be a clay.
Oh,
Just
no,
put
it
water in here.
it doesn't transform to clay. What it does, it just expands. I don't believe it turns into clay. Well, either way, what we're going to do is we're going to put the stuff on there, add the water, hope for the best, and then at the end of the day, I mean, it's a very simple process. It either works or it doesn't, But what we decided is we will put the stuff in here, and if it doesn't work, then monkey see, monkey do. Whatever they do all the time around here is what we're gonna do, which means we'll add some plastic in here. But I'm thinking that if we put plastic down, I don't remember what it's called, but what you do is at the bottom of this pond, you set up a network of pipes. You put a main center line with branches going off to either side, and you put some slots underneath, and you cover it with gravel. And what you can do is pump the water, and it goes through the gravel and out to a filter, and you try to get some of the stuff out. So I guess worst case scenario, we can put some of that piping in there to suck up the water through the gravel and out to a filter, because the bottom line is, if it doesn't hold water, we can't use this thing. And right now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this thing to hold water so we can cycle those fish that we have over there and bring them here. So the idea is to put the little ones in tank number 1, and then let them grow, and then the next tank we put some little ones, and number 3, number 4, and so on and so forth. And as they get to a a certain size, then we transfer them here, finish growing them, empty the tank, let it dry out, and put some lye in here to kill all the bacteria and what have you, and then refill it, and then take the original fish that were in tank 1. By that time they should be a fairly good size, and they can come here. And then you put little ones in tank 1, and then next time that you empty the tank out, you put the ones in tank 2, and then put little ones, and so on and so forth. And they'll go from small to larger and larger and larger until they come here. And each time you replace the tank that you took out the fish that came into the pond with little ones. Well, at least that's the idea. We're gonna see how it goes, and if you watched any of the videos, all of this is we play it by ear, learn as we go. If we run into problems, we try to find solutions. and then change the procedure to something that works. And my thinking is that little by little, eventually, you'll get it down to where everything works and you don't have to worry about what am I going to do, because you already have a proven procedure that you do, and you just follow those steps over and over and over, you know. So that's the idea, and hopefully we can get to that point fairly quick, because it's very time consuming and very expensive trying out this and that and the other and over and over and over, you know. Yeah. But, you know, we have a choice. We don't have to do this. And then you don't have to worry about spending any money. You don't have to worry about any problems and this and that and the other. But I want to. And even though it's frustrating, eventually it gets to the point where you don't worry about anything, because like I said, you figured it out and you have something that works, and it's just a matter of, you know, repetition. But getting to that point, the biggest problem that I have here is that the people here in Thailand don't do this kind of stuff. They normally do it a little bit different, and you know, a lot of it comes down to money. They don't have the money to be spending on waterproofing the tank. So what they normally do is, if they have a tank that leaks all the time, they just use it during the rainy season, and then that's it, you know. But I want a tank that you could use 365 days a year, because you know, the funny thing is fish, they like to breathe every day, not just during the rainy season. So that's what we're gonna do, try to figure it out so we can use this thing all year. Now during the rainy season, then you don't have to worry about it, because it rains every day, and it rains a lot. If you go back and see some of the videos that were taken during the rainy season, this spot right here where the pond is at was a lake. I mean, this thing was just, you know, flooded in here. But because we put a lot of dirt down and built this thing up, we don't have to worry about, you know, flooding. Everybody else around us will flood long before we do. So yeah, that's how it is. So Woon is going along, and she's got pretty much 3/4 of the pond already covered once, except for the spot where the bags and the tub is at. But she can do that last. And then once she does this, she'll go back and cover any spots that are not covered, you know, and just do this until it's all gone. So after she does this, I guess we can start filling it filling it up with water, and yeah, hope for the best, I guess.
This for the ratio that one dry, so we're gonna have 4 times of the
Of the mixture. Yeah, and that's good, because it has a better chance of sealing. So that's good. We'll see what happens. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay, so we've mixed the last 2.5 bags, And Woon is giving this thing another go around. And we'll see what happens. The other thing we did is something we weren't going to do, but we went ahead and put a light coat on this little step here all the way around. It's hard packed, so it should not be a major problem, but it wouldn't hurt to put a little bit in there because according to the instructions, this is good for 1,600 square meters, and like I said, we're only doing about 400, so yeah, why not? Worst case scenario, it was not necessary. Yeah, and I think that doing it just in case is a good thing. So yeah, so one's going to go ahead and spread that stuff around, use up the rest of the 2.5 bags, and then I'll be back. Yeah. Okay, so there it is. All that stuff is gone, and one took a little bit of the stuff and added water, and as you can see, it turns into
I feel like a glue.
a glue snotty looking thing. Who knows what it is?
See?
Yeah. Well, I don't care what it turns into.
And all the water that come there is go mix with this.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Yeah. I don't care what it turns into as long as it doesn't kill the fish and it seals the pond.
So
Okay, here,
good.
let
It
me
look gonna work.
yeah, let me get this thing down there. We'll put the hose down there and then take that stuff and you know, put some water in it so that you don't waste it. No, it's going to go down there. Hold on. All right, so there it is.
More and more.
I know. Yeah. So there it is. All 100 kilos of this stuff was put in. Now I'm going to take that tub out of there and get them hose and stuff and start filling and see what happens. Now, hopefully, yeah, hopefully this stuff works. All right. So anyway, let it run and see what happens. You know, depending on how much water is in this thing by, you know, 10 o'clock tonight or something, it's whether I'll leave it on all night or not. But yeah, let it run, see what happens, and then tomorrow's another day. All right. Well, the trash can was right there, but it was still digging a hole. Hey, no. It was still digging a hole there. So I took the trash can out and put the hose inside a bag and let it run out. Well, there it is. Let it run, see what happens. The one end down there, which is the lowest point of the pond, is starting to fill up. So now it's just a matter of letting this thing run and run and run and run. All right. Well, I know it's a little bit too dark to film, but if you look at that black right there in the center, that's the water. And that corner down there is the deepest part of the pond, and that area filled up in 30 minutes, which has never happened before. So I don't know if it's really working or I'm just trying to convince myself that it will work. But it is what it is, and I can see the water, and it's coming up pretty quick, so hopefully it'll hold. Well, good morning, guys. This is the following morning. And things are looking good, but they're not. This morning I got up about 4:30 and I brought this character out, and all of this was gone except for that corner over there. That was the only thing holding water. So at 4:30 this morning I turned the water on, and let's see, what's that, 3 hours? 4:30, 5:30, 6, yeah, 3 hours. It's 7:30 in the morning right now. So 3 hours later, it's back up to the level it was at yesterday. So I'm going to continue filling this thing. And what I am hoping for is that over the course of 2-3 days or so, the stuff that we put in this pond here gets sucked into wherever it's leaking, and it holds water. But I'm not gonna hold my breath on this. All I've got to say is time will tell, and if this thing doesn't hold water within the next 2 or 3 days, today's Sunday, so let's say by Wednesday, if this is not holding water by Wednesday, I think the only option left is to put down some plastic. As much as I didn't want to, I might have to do that. But even though we spent money doing what we did, that's okay. I feel good about it because now I can't say that I didn't try to keep it as a natural pond. And yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens. So hopefully it'll take 2-3 days for this stuff to get into the cracks and hold water. I hope it does. Okay, so let it continue to fill. Hopefully by this afternoon it'll be full, and then it's just a matter of waiting a few days to see what happens. Now, if this stuff doesn't work, there's absolutely nothing that I could say for this product, because this product was supposed to be for one rye, and this is 400 square meters. One rye is 1,600 square meters, so this thing has more than its share to be able to, you know, maximize the amount that's in there. It's 4 times the amount. So if 4 times don't get it, one was definitely not gonna work. All right, let's see what happens. Hey guys, so here we are the next day. I turned off the water about 10 o'clock last night and turned it on this morning about 7. And a bit of good news. This thing only dropped about 4 fingers, which is maybe, I don't know, 2-3 inches or so, which is pretty good because the day before it was empty. So that's a very good deal. Yeah. So right now the water is running. The goal is to keep pumping water on here until it comes all the way up to here. And we'll just keep going and see what happens. All right. Thanks for watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วปะกันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.
บ๊ายบาย